Hey, what's up, guys? Jason Julius here, and today we're confirming one of the most painful masculine fears, the crippling anxiety that you are not enough, that she is subconsciously comparing you to other men, her ex-partner, the dominant CEO on TV, or the charismatic guy at the gym, and that she might ultimately leave you for someone more exciting. If you live with that knot of worry, constantly trying to prove your value or feeling terrified that asserting yourself will open the door for her to walk away, then you need to hear this. The reason she sometimes seems distant or lacking in desire is not what you think. Most guys believe the solution is external. Make more money, work out harder, try to be more dominant, give her bigger and better orgasms than anyone else, or simply try to be more agreeable and accommodating. They believe that they have to win the comparison game by performing better than the mythical competition. But here's what I want you to hear. Your fear of comparison is the only thing she is truly measuring you against. Your insecurity leaks as anxiety, and that anxiety is the hidden reason that she loses sexual respect for you. You don't lose her because you are lacking, you lose her because you are unstable. So here's the plan for this particular video. First, we're going to expose why the comparison is not external and how your anxiety destroys her trust in your depth. Second, I'll show you the non-negotiable self-reference, the single energetic shift that makes you utterly unique and unreplaceable. Finally, I'll give you the practice of self-sovereignty, the tangible action you can take to anchor yourself and become the king she'll never leave. Now, I'm Jason Julius, and after working with many men in long-term relationships over a decade, I've come to realize that the only man who can truly be replaced is the man who has already abandoned himself. So let's begin by exposing the destructive game that you're playing, the comparison game. The nice guy operates from a false belief that his worth is a variable. It depends on how he measures up. So when the fear of "I'm not enough" hits, he looks outside of himself and wonders, am I funnier than her ex? Am I dominant enough? Do I work out as much as that other guy at the gym? Is my cock big enough to satisfy her? But here's the reality. Your anxiety prevents you from seeing that she is not leaving you for someone more exciting. She's recoiling from the anxiety and insecurity that leaks from your core. With that said, the competition, it's not external. It's an internal struggle within yourself between the performing man, the one frantically trying to prove he's worthy, and the elevated man, the one who simply is. The performance man collapses your depth because your attention is always outside yourself, looking for approval. And when your depth collapses, her respect soon follows. This brings us to the non-negotiable self-reference. If you want to be the man that she can't replace, you must become self-referenced. On one hand, the nice guy allows his partner's mood, day, or opinion to define his emotional state. If she's happy, he's up. If she's upset, he's desperately trying to fix it. This is not leadership, it's emotional dependence. Now, on the flip side, the elevated lover is the king. The king's value is non-negotiable because it is set by his own discipline and his devotion to his own purpose. His core remains unshaken even if the world or his wife is having an emotional storm. A woman can only deeply desire a man she cannot completely control or define. When you are self-referenced, you create a vital magnetic tension. She feels that you are securely possessed by your own life and your own purpose, and this paradoxically gives her the safety to relax into her feminine flow. She realizes she cannot replace your inner foundation because that foundation is not for sale. Now, this leads us to my ultimate unreplaceable principle. That is, you cannot lose what is unreplaceable. Now, you are terrified of competition because you're measuring surface level traits such as income, physique, charm, but in reality, those things can be replaced. Now, your unique essence, your particular flavor of passion, your integrity, and the way you carry your stillness and depth, that is yours alone, and they cannot be replaced. Your job is not to compete with others, it is to fully inhabit yourself. The highest form of dominance is self-dominance. When your internal warrior's discipline is applied inward to owning your worth, you stop chasing. You become the gravitational center of your own world, and she orbits you, not out of duty, but out of genuine magnetic desire. So now let's answer this question. How do you immediately begin this shift? The answer is through the practice of self-sovereignty. First, you want to introduce the self-sovereignty check. The next time that fear of comparison or am I enough hits, and you feel that knot in your stomach, don't perform. Instead, ground your feet, take a breath, and ask yourself this single question. What is the most honest, true thing I could do for myself right now? Now, this might mean calmly stating a boundary or leaving the room to focus on your work or simply acknowledging the fear without collapsing into it. This simple act of choosing your truth over her immediate approval is an act of leadership. Second, I want you to begin scheduling sacred space. This is a non-negotiable time, maybe even 30 minutes daily, devoted entirely to your purpose or your fitness or simple solitude. This isn't about ignoring her, it's about modeling discipline. It shows her that your highest devotion is to your own truth. You're showing her that you are not fully available to be defined by her, and that unavailability is magnetic. Okay, so what we've broken down today is the deepest truth about attraction. You might have come here unconsciously terrified of being compared, thinking you needed to add more value, more excitement, more dominance to secure your woman. But the real simple truth is that the only thing killing her sexual respect is the anxiety that you are leaking while trying to be enough. Your insecurity is the only thing she truly measures, and it's the only thing that makes you feel replaceable. The man who fears replacement is the man who fears his own essence. The man who fully inhabits his essence is unreplaceable. Your job is not to win the comparison game, but to step off the field entirely. Focus your discipline on yourself. Live from self-sovereignty and become the gravitational center of your own life. That internal certainty is the only thing that creates magnetic desire and trust in the long run. I want you to take this self-sovereignty check seriously. The next time that fear hits, stop performing and choose the most honest, true thing that you can do for yourself in that moment. Now, if you are ready to dismantle this anxiety and step into the king who is self-referenced and unshakable, I have a free resource on the 7 codes of primal masculine attraction, and you can watch it over at elevatedlover.com. The link is in the description. It details the precise shifts that you need to make to stop competing and start commanding respect. And if you're ready to be the guy who energetically knocks her socks off outside the bedroom and makes her toes curl and her body scream your name inside the bedroom, then make sure you subscribe to this channel, because it's my mission to help guys like you embody the man that she can't get enough of. And be sure to hit that like button, as it really helps out the channel. Leave a comment below. I'd love to know if what we talked about hit home, and I'll see you soon.